Hi everyone, and a big welcome to our new Discounting Playbook Bootcamp. I'm Amber Willock, a customer success specialist here at LoyaltyLion, and I'm joined today by Blake Impel from Attentive. Thank you for being here, Blake.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks, Amber.
So Blake's going to be telling us about using Attentive to provide alternatives to discounting that will continue to maximize sales over the holiday season. I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor, Blake. Let's hear about your kind of first strategy.
Awesome. Yeah, so really excited to be here and to talk about some strategies alternative to discounts. The first one I want to talk about is one that's really near and dear to me. I came from a company called Tone, which is all about conversational SMS. And so this first one is really about having real two-way conversations. We as humans are social species, it's no surprise, and conversations build relationships and trust. And so it's easy to understand the value when you talk to a customer about, really just like driving that connection to influence a purchase decision, but also drive loyalty over time. And so I know here at Attentive, we see conversational commerce as a big future pillar of e-commerce, and it's why we've invested so much into it within our own product and then going out and acquiring a company like Tone. SMS is this conversational channel by nature. We text back and forth with our friends, our family all the time. And so it's only natural that consumers want to have that same experience with brands. So we went out and surveyed people to make sure that this was factual, and it was 100% the case. And we found that over 70% of shoppers surveyed wanted to text back and forth with brands. And then another 24% said they would consider that as well. So that's 94% of the total addressable audience who really want to experience this conversational SMS. So engaging your shoppers through two-way conversations this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I think is going to be a really great way to drive deeper personalization, but also create that connection between you and the customers. There's going to be so much noise happening between deals, offers, things rotating all the time, that it's a really great way to stand out when you have a friend at the brand that you text back and forth with, or you feel like that brand gets you a little bit deeper. If all this wasn't enough, we found that when consumers text back and forth with a brand, they spend about 31% more on average, and they're more likely to come back and buy again. So if you can really kind of prioritize that opportunity, if you're able to offer it, it's a really big value add. So some strategies, I've kind of talked a lot about why this matters, but what are some strategies that we can kind of start leveraging, with an Attentive? And the first one is conversational message automations inside of journeys or really just automated messages. And so a great example is a welcome series. Someone signs up for an SMS program, and rather than hitting them with a discount, why not offer a personalized gift guide and then let them text back and forth with you through keywords to kind of tell you, hey, I'm interested in, I'm shopping for myself today, or I'm shopping for friends and family. And now not only is that consumer going to get that personalized gift guide for maybe their friends and family, but also the brand now knows, hey, this person's shopping for friends and family. Let's talk about family values and these types of things that really can create a little bit more personalized messaging. That's not just, hey, 50% off, shop now. So it's just a little bit deeper. Another great example we've seen is onboarding quizzes. So say you're a skincare company and you want to kind of help a consumer know, exactly what are the products that they need. And so asking them questions about, their skin type, maybe some different personality traits, things like that. You're collecting really valuable zero-party data for you, the brand, to use, but also that consumer's feeling a lot more confident probably in the recommendation that you're making. And then also, if you offer, if you have customer service team or you have the ability to do customer service, we have a ton of integrations with customer service platforms. So you can also, create opportunities for the consumer to text with you, the customer service team, to handle maybe purchase objections or create additional revenue opportunities. Sometimes when people have questions, that's a perfect opportunity to maybe upsell them or cross-sell them on something else. And also, if you have the ability on your abandoned cart flows to even, ask, hey, do you have any questions that I can answer, rather than giving them a discount to complete that purchase? It's another really great way to kind of convert purchases. And lastly, something I'm really excited about, with the Tone acquisition, we are building out Attentive Concierge, which is a managed service for customer service. Basically, no overhead needed. You can, without scaling a CS team, you can have full funnel support on your SMS. And so this is going to create a lot of opportunities for more revenue increasing loyalty by really fast conversations back and forth with a real person, and then also just creating a better customer experience, which is really what I think brands are after. So if there's anything that I could kind of close this one up with, it's that conversations really just create value beyond the deal, which is just so valuable when you think about standing out amongst the noise.
Amazing. Yeah, I think that's great. That kind of personalized touch really pays. We've seen. Yeah, I love that. And what kind of more should we keep in mind about the type of content that we're sharing, would you say?
Definitely. Yeah, I think content is really going to be a great way. I think that brands always kind of look to is that hey, I can only send so many promotional messages before it gets fatigued. And even on my promotional messages, like, what can I add additional to that that's going to inspire action and get someone to click through or to just really be interested in the product. And so I always think about what are the stories that you can tell as a brand this Black Friday, Cyber Monday that are really going to help you to stay top of mind. I think a really great example of this was last year during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I was looking for running shoes. And so there was a small D2C brand that I was really into, and I was considering to purchase, but they were a little bit more expensive. So me doing research, I go on Amazon, I'm looking, I notice I can get free 2-day shipping, an amazing returns policy, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to go to Amazon. But really, what ended up making me go to the D2C brand was the story and the content that they were sharing. And so throughout the holidays, they were telling me about, the brand story, the quality, really running best practices. I mean, even down to like gift guides and things like that. It was very clear that this brand was trying to not focus on the discount, but rather what makes this product a higher ticket item. So I was able to see past the discount, but really just see value on another level. So when I think about how you can communicate with your customers, if you offer products maybe at a higher price point, or maybe you have some kind of unique story, really leveraging that and digging in there is just a fantastic way to kind of approach a little bit differently and stand out, I think. So really, like, I think there's a couple things that I look at is if you're looking to what can I talk about, maybe I don't have these unique things to talk about. I think every brand has a story to tell. And so, what makes you stand out from your competitors? What helps deepen that emotional connection? And then also, like, how can you build a stronger affinity, especially during the holidays when everyone's really looking to shop? And so some examples that I've seen work really well with brands that are maybe struggling, you can even do simple gift guides if you offer a few different product offerings. Maybe you're giving back this holiday season. You should talk about that, make sure that people know. Maybe instead of offering discounts, I've seen brands say for every dollar spent, we're going to donate, X amount to this charity, or even just telling people that, a portion of the proceeds might go there. It's just additional value to kind of add. Maybe highlight your customers or employees that you're grateful for. There's just so many little things. It doesn't need to be this masterful content strategy. If you can do it, that's great. But even just small things can definitely pay dividends. And then a really interesting stat that I wanted to kind of share was that we talked to a lot of different kind of generations and what are their shopping behaviors. And we found that content related to causes that a brand supports is especially effective amongst younger consumers. About 72% of Gen Z consumers said they're more likely to buy from a brand that contributes to social causes. And about 84% said that they actively promote brands that stand up for something that they believe in. Really just looking at your audience and finding what matters to them. But have a strategy in place, be intentional about it, and then just leverage email and SMS to really tell those stories.
Absolutely. I think, those kind of small touches in some senses can create huge additional value and long-term value for customers. Great tip. Yep. Obviously, you touched a little bit on kind of Amazon and free shipping. What can you tell us about kind of smaller brands offering free shipping, specifically during the holiday season?
Sure. Yeah. I think this one is cliche because, Amazon really has changed the game, and not only Amazon, a lot of brands now. And I think it's frankly becoming commonplace and expected. And a lot of people will there's been a lot of conversion rate tests run that I've read, and people will leave the site if there's no free shipping. They don't see some kind of call out, and it's tough, as a brand, that's margins you're giving away. But what's interesting, we did a survey, and 9 out of 10 consumers say that free shipping is the incentive to shop online more. And if that wasn't enough, we find that drives about nearly a 30% higher average order value. So I think we've probably all seen this meme. It's of Drake where there's a product and it says $25 for this product plus $5 shipping. He's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
Thanks. And then $30 plus free shipping, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take that." And so I think the psychology is that like they're willing to pay a little bit more or full price if there's a free shipping element involved. Amazon's whole model around Prime is free shipping but no discounts. And while I'm not saying that every small brand can offer this, if you're willing to give it a shot, run a conversion rate optimization test, run some kind of A/B test, see what happens. I think there's a lot of value that you can talk about, or even if you're just going to do, hey, 1 day of free shipping, maybe you're going to eat the cost in 1 day. Sometimes $5 to $15 is far cheaper than 10 to 20% off, especially when you start climbing up an order value. If you have a $300, $400 order value versus, a $30 shipping, you can see really quickly that it gets pretty expensive. I've seen brands even too like offer free expedited shipping, which is more pricey, but if it makes sense for you, a lot of people are concerned this holiday season around, is their order going to get there on time? And so I think that kind of goes back to number 2, the content as well, but with the free shipping is like, what can you do to assure people that they're going to get their orders, and then just clearly communicate that. So a lot on the table, I think, with free shipping.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm definitely a sucker for free shipping, have to admit. Yeah, great. I think before I let you go, are there any other kind of top tips you'd like to share with our viewers?
Sure. I think one that is really important, that kind of ties back to the shipping, is transactional messaging is huge this holiday season. And I think, maybe it doesn't incentivize that purchase, but I think once you get that person to make the purchase, be really diligent how you're communicating with expectations of order updates and what's happening. I think I read a stat, like there's gonna be up to 5 million orders a day being processed through USPS or maybe UPS. But the takeaway is that there's gonna be a lot of orders coming through, more than ever this year. I mean, I think online shopping, especially with the rise of COVID and things like that, is definitely gonna make folks look to shop online earlier. So just be diligent about it, invest in it. Attentive, we offer a lot of transactional messaging, but if you're doing it in your ESP, do that as well, and just be thorough and really forward about it. I think consumers respect that a lot. So definitely an underrated tip, but I think really good when you consider, if you've already got someone to make that purchase, what can we do to minimize buyer's remorse, but also minimize returns as well. So.
Perfect. Well, yeah, thank you so much for sharing some really great, really useful insights there. Can you remind us where viewers can go to learn a bit more about Attentive?
Sure, yeah. You can visit us at attentivemobile.com. We have a fantastic education resource area with our blog and our different research case studies and things like that. So you can just learn more about not only SMS, but e-commerce and where things are headed. So yeah, visit us there. And also, if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn as well.
Perfect. Well, thanks again, Blake, and thank you everyone for watching. And stay tuned for our next installment of the new Discounting Playbook Bootcamp.